up, y'all? Taylor Clarkson.
Hey, what's up? This is 50 Cent. Yo, this is your boy Flo Rida. Believe that.
Yo, this is Ja Rule.
What up? This is Kesha.
This is David Guetta.
What's up for Destiny's Child?
This your boy Drake.
Hi, this is Rihanna.
Hey, this is Tommy Cruise. Yo, what up? This Big Snoop Dogg. Try to like y'all. This your boy Tristan in the house.
Hey, this is Taylor Swift, and you're listening to.
You're listening to You're listening to Check This Out. Check it out. And this is the Mix. Alright, what's up? This is Big Will Smith.
Hey, check this out, man. It's your boy Control. Listen, man.
Hey, what up, man? You play Fiasco. Yo, what up, man? This is This is Kings of Leon.
Hi, this is Lionel Richie.
Hi, it's Christina Bar.
Hey, what's up? This is Jay-Z. And this is Brandon Boyd from the Bench H. This is your DJ Carl from the Grandmaster Flash. This is Free from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hi, this is Eric Clapton.
Let's put their own.
What's up? This is LL Cool J. Know what I mean?
Iniquity TV Radio. Unifying broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Iniquity TV and Radio. You are listening to Iniquity TV Radio.
But questions are coming fast. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Iniquity TV Radio. Today is Wednesday, and as you know, it's an abridged version. I'm not going to spend the whole time here. I'm sorry about that, but I've got students to teach. I've got people to mentor. I need to go to that class, and today I'm inviting a special guest. And you know how it is. You can't invite somebody and be late for your own event. So I think that we're going to have just 25 minutes to do this show, but I'll try my best to do it as best as I can. My name is Idafi Matthew. So you love to come in and go to all the sports. It's going to be a little bit fast. It's going to be pacey. The Champions League is back. Chelsea is still the same. They were absent-minded. They were missing in action. But Manchester City, yeah, really they showed what stuff they're made of. They were not ready to play in Spain. They went to Spain and they were not there to see naked women or beautiful ladies or architectural design. They were there for the result and they got it. Haaland, 7 games played, 12 goals scored already in our competition for Manchester City. This might just be the year that everything comes together. Well, let's start with the headlines for today first, and then we go straight to the stories, and then we answer a few of your questions. So if you've got questions now, I think this is the best time to shoot them in because we've got only 25 minutes on the clock. My creative director, who's driving me down, is already knocking on my head. By 9:25, he's dragging me out of the studio. So, guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Narrow defeat for Super Falcons as U.S. women national team edge Nigeria. Again, I'm going to come back. Remember the last time we had elected 4-0, and I said that's not going to happen. They're not going to repeat that result. NFF confirmed date for Super Eagles friendly against Algeria. I'm still working on the one with Portugal. Yes, the CAF Champions League United adopt MK Abiola Stadium. That is the stadium in Abuja, in case you don't know, as their own ground. Sonic reminds me of Rashidi Yakini, Mochua Dikbojo. So many people reminds people of Rashidi Yakini. I don't think Rashidi Yakini is that language anyway. It reminds me of kind of one called Rashidi Yakini, but this is Mochua Dikbojo's position. Remember, somebody said to me on the podcast, special delivery, that Victor Osimhen reminds him of Gangler, Rashidi Yakini. Tuesday's Champions League wrap up. Mbappe, Haaland, and Ned Brace as RB Leipzig, Chelsea suffer shocking losses. Well, life, this things happen. You've got to deal with them. There's nothing anybody can do. When you don't come to the party ready, the party will not accept you. That's just what it is. It is what it is, and there's nothing anybody can do about that one. And then NEPA choose the right time to take the light. It's one of those things that just happen when they want to prove to you, advertise you to the world that you're in Nigeria. Well, let's keep the show going. UCL, everything is missing. We need to do much better, according to Chelsea coach or Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel, the German. I like the kind of excuses that Germans make when results don't go their way. But let's go straight to the story and tell you how it went early this morning or late last night, and depending on what time, where you are in the world. Okay, following the game, the Super Falcons of Nigeria suffered a narrow defeat to the U.S. women national team in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday in their second friendly encounter. 2-1 as the team showed what was a better performance than Sunday's 4-0 annihilation. Okay, boss, Rose Lavelle, scored the winning goal for the U.S. women national team, who won its 13th straight game with a 2-1 victory over Nigeria and also extended their unbeaten streak on American soil to 71 games. Damn! That is so much. Tosin, okay, Demehin's own goal put the United States ahead in the 24th minute, but the Falcons were able to hold their ground, not to concede more going into the break. Unlike the first encounter where they had conceded 3 before halftime, this time around it was a different story. Uchenna Kanu drew Super Falcons level of Glory Ogbonna's assist 5 minutes into the second half. Kanu's goal was Nigeria's first goal against the US women national team in 22 freaking years. Okay, the last time being during the 3-1 loss to them in the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Sydney 2000 Olympics. Wow. Lavelle's 66th minute, a spectacular game winner was the edge for the US women national team against the Super Falcons. So let me break that down a little bit. Remember, the US team were in US, they were based there, so they didn't have to deal with jet lag and traveling and all those stress. They've been training, they are a superior team, they are a more powerful team. So beating us 4-0 in the first game in Kansas was not a thing to be bothered about. But then in the second leg, the Nigerian team, the Super Falcons have settled in, they've trained, they've mastered the environment, the whole stage fright and jet lag thing have rested. I think that they improved. We just need to see that at the World Cup at the end of the day. As I said, follow up on that one, the Nigerian Football Federation has confirmed the Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on the Desert Warriors of Nigeria in an exhibition game on the 27th of September. Okay, the Federation announced the friendly on Monday as the game will take place in Oran, Algeria, with the exact stadium and kickoff time yet to be announced. Okay, the last time both teams played was the October 2020 in Austria, where the Super Eagles lost by a long goal. Okay, both Nigeria and Algeria won't be at the Mondial in Qatar after being denied qualification by Ghana and Cameroon respectively. So let's talk about Champions League and venues where matches will be played. Nigerian Professional Football League side, Plateau United, have adopted the MKO Abiola Stadium Abuja as their home ground for the CAF Champions League. The New Just Stadium, the home ground of the side, failed to meet the criteria set by CAF. Hence, the need to adopt the Moshood Abiola Stadium. The media officer of the team, Alaba Dakop, confirmed to elevatortv.com on Tuesday about this new development. Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu, the former coach of MFM, also former coach of Haaland Football Club of Owerri, who conceded the title to Rivers United last season when 5 games to go, they played against Rivers United and lost 2-0 at home. And he said that if Rivers United play like this, then he's happy to come second. And that's exactly what happened. Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu's side were drawn against Gabonese side Stade Manji in the first stage of the competition preliminary round and could set up a clash against Experience of Tunis if they go past Stade Madrid. Let's hope. I don't like using the word pray, but that's where we stand right now. So let's hope and pray and see what comes up at the end of the day. Somebody says that Sadiq reminds him of Rashidi Yakini, ex-Super Eagles star. Mutiu, the headmaster, Adekwaju, as Steve Resus and new signing Omar Sadiq to be a profitable one for the Spanish side and also catch up with legendary Rashidi Yakini. In an interview with Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo, he said, I watch all his games and he seems like a great player. He can give more. He reminds me of another Nigerian we had, Rashidi Yakini, who we used to call Gangalin. I think Sadiq is young and can catch up with Yakini, Nigeria's all-time goal scorer with 37 goals anyway. Sadly, deceased at 48. He has a goal quality. Height, and runs more or less than him. Wow, that's very, very nice description. But then almost everybody who scored goals for Nigeria. Remember when they used to say that Julius Agawa, okay, is the new Rashidi Yakini, and then it was Mbappe Martins, and then it was Yakubu Yakini, and then it was it is now Victor Osimhen, and now they've added this young man to the list. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's jump away from Africa and Nigerian and talking about people that reminds people of Rashidi Yakini and jump into the UEFA Champions League. As it returns yesterday, we were all hopeful. Every Chelsea fan was hopeful that, it's like Dynamo Zagreb, we're going to Croatia, we're going to discombobulated. But that didn't happen because at the end of the day, it was a different thing. It was a 13-minute counter-attacking football that kept Thomas Tuchel and his team dumbfounded. After the game, he was short of words. But this is how it happened, okay? Let's talk about some of the matches that went down. The return of Europe's biggest club competition, the UEFA Champions League yesterday, saw Thomas Tuchel's side suffer a loss in their opening group stage game away in Croatia to Dynamo Zagreb, okay? Anti-Kasich side, remember, Anti-Kasich, as he's called, is now a professor. He's coached this team before. He left and he came back just in 28 games now since he returned, and see what good he's done to the side. And they hardly lose at home. That's another thing you must remember. So all of this put together, and the Arsenal side beat Chelsea in the launch of each season's group stage games, courtesy Mislav Osik's 13th minute strike. It was Osik's 5th goal against English side in European competition. So this man is no stranger to playing against English side. He scored 3 against Tottenham Hotspur, scored 1 against West Ham, and now 1 against Chelsea. The magic in this is that all of the teams he scored against are teams from London. It's perfectly completed a hat-trick of scoring against London teams. Wow. Maybe when he faced Manchester teams, he would see a different thing, especially the blue half of Manchester. Okay, Chelsea pushed to get back into the game, but weren't able to break through Zagreb impregnable defense, and their lack of creativity saw them lose their opening fixture. RB Leipzig also suffered a heavy defeat to Shakhtar Donetsk. At some point, it was 1-1 and immediately became 2-1, and then the rest, as they say, mother she wrote. Okay, it's history as the game ended 4-1. What was an underwhelming performance from Domenico Tedesco's side? Okay, there have been reports of replacing Tedesco with Marco Rose, and that could not happen sooner, considering yesterday's disappointment. Well, let's see. I go in Seville, the Vikings and the Norwegian tour. Erling Braut Haaland continued his good form with English champions Manchester City, having scored twice against Julian Lopetegui's Sevilla as City won 4-0. Wow, their opening feature. It was Haaland's 25th goal in 20 UEFA Champions League games. In Paris, Kylian Mbappe was the showman, having scored twice against Juventus in PSG's 2-1 win. Result elsewhere saw AC Milan and RB Salzburg, play at a 1-1 draw. Real Madrid were too good. Celtics started the game very well. They were like a house of fire. They put the defending champion under pressure. But then you don't win 14 Champions League for nothing. And they run back, scoring goals through Vinicius Jr. and the rest, as I say, is history. Borussia Dortmund, beat FC Copenhagen 3-0 with Benfica also Saudi what's it called? That's Saudi Arabia team, Haifa. Okay, Maccabi Haifa as well, and that's how it went. But let me raise one thing about Chelsea that I saw. There seems to be a lot of desperation. I think their season is starting the way it ended last season. They went on a run that looked like they were in the title race, and then all of a sudden the job was stuck in third. And at some point it looked like Arsenal was going to take over from them, or probably Tottenham Hotspur. But then result didn't go the way they want, because in the last 10 games Arsenal lost 5 and then won 5 or so. So that's how Arsenal also didn't make the top 4. But at the end of the day, if you look at all of this Chelsea team, they've come from a very, very confident side that won the Champions League, won a cup game, and not in the races at all. And team seems to be going from bad to worse. I was telling a friend last night, that if Roman Abramovich was still here, this man would have been sacked. There's no excuse about it. And why play Aubameyang when you know that his match rusty is not ready? Why is Armando Broja not playing regularly? Well, let's come back to some of the Champions League news. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel came out, and this was his lamentation. He was reading from the book of Lamentation, chapter 1, verse 1 to the end. Okay, he lamented Chelsea's shocking loss to Dynamo Zagreb on Tuesday night in the UEFA Champions League group stage opener for the season. Chelsea suffered their 3rd defeat in 7 games in all competition. This is like the first time that Chelsea are losing 3 straight away games under Thomas Tuchel. Let's not forget, in his first 50 games, he conceded 23 or 24 goals. No, 28 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Next 50 games is considered 53 freaking goals. That tells you that something is wrong. And when you're not scoring, you've got to be conceding, because if you want to stop conceding, you've got to be scoring, so that you put the opposition at the back bench. But then Leeds United beat them 3-0. The other day they struggled, aided by referee and VAR. They struggled to get a win over West Ham. And when they went to Zagreb, it seemed like they were a little bit feeling like they were slay queens, they were untouchable. But guess what? That's how it happens. Until the fat lady sings, it is not over. And in the 13th minutes, that game, I think it was over way early overtime. Okay, so let's go on to see what he was lamenting about. Okay, Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel opened the book of Lamentation, chapter 1, verse 1 to the end, and he read the whole chapter in their shocking defeat to Zagreb on Tuesday night in the UEFA Champions League group stage opener for the season. Chelsea suffered their 3rd defeat in 7 games in our competition this season. To the Croatian side, and Tuchel speaking to BT Sports after the loss said, at the moment, Everything is missing. There is no much to analyze. I'm a part of it. I am angry at myself. I am angry at our performance. I don't see it coming. German, my German accent, my German impression is very, very bad, right? I'm worried, but I don't know how to do this. He said, we need a much better. If I do French impression, I think I should do it better. We don't finish. We are not happy, but I thought we were on a good way. I am surprised at the moment, but I will look at everything. Why don't coaches, come up with some very lame duck excuses most of the time? Come on. Help me, brother. Tell me, we lost because my tactics didn't work. We lost because I made the wrong selection. We lost because I did this, I did that. Don't come and tell me I don't know. You are freaking sitting on the bench and getting paid to do the job. Don't tell me you don't know. It starts and ends on leadership. And if you don't know, then there's a problem. But then again, let's forget about the bad news and let's talk about the good news, because sometimes the bad news is boring and sad, just like Chelsea is boring and sad right now. Manchester City. Who can stop Kylian Mbappe? In every competition, this man is bang on scoring goals like goals are going on the fashion. He went into that game, and before they could say kukuruku, he's banged it. Okay? And then he went on. And people say that there's a quarrel between Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. Well, if that's a quarrel, that's scoop up and a shot. The combination between Neymar and Mbappe, that's good enough. But I thought that it was going to be a lot more goals than we saw. But hey, football sometimes answers you in different language and in different tones. Juventus tried to come back into that game, but that didn't happen, as eventually Paris Saint-Germain needed to hold on to their horses and keep the game going. So some things that happened yesterday, the semi-automated offside robot came into action in the game between Dynamo Kiev and FC Copenhagen as a goal was disallowed after Borussia Dortmund had gone 3 goals up. Well, their form in the Champions League is pretty much different from their form in the German Bundesliga. Dynamo Zagreb also, they had that one because a goal was disallowed when the semi-automatic robot assistant referee came into action to make sure Chelsea didn't get an equalizer through Aubameyang, as the defender who overlapped was in an offside position. Other results, as I've read before, let me just give you a reminder. RB Salzburg of Austria drew 1-1 with AC Milan. I think AC Milan will feel happy. Shakhtar Donetsk went to Germany and beat RB Leipzig, East Germany, and beat Leipzig 4 goals to 1. People don't like you say East Germany because they want you to feel like everybody's the same, but that is West Germany, that is East Germany. Paris Saint-Germain won 2 goals to 1, as I said earlier on. And Real Madrid went to Celtic Park with all the noise, and they were singing You're Not Alone. And a lot of people were wondering why. Well, that's also the song for Celtic. Those of you who don't know, you should know. You're Not Alone. You don't walk alone. It's not only, you never walk alone. It's not only a Liverpool song. It's also a Celtic song. So they sang that song, but they went home alone. They were lonely like minions whose glue is missing. They were alone, freaking alone. They couldn't walk well in company. Okay, Sevilla also got the hammering of their life, and it was beautiful for City. But City know how to start the Champions League. It is ending it that is the problem. When you get to the semi-finals and the finals, that's where you really have the problem. So I'm not surprised that City won 4 goals to nothing. What I am going to be asking is, can they keep this momentum and go on to win it? Is this the year that Pep Guardiola wins it? Is this the year that we say that the Yaya Toure course was just a horse? It's just rubbish stuff and nothing else. Okay, and Benfica won their game 2 goals to nothing against Maccabi Haifa. That's how the Champions League went yesterday. For those of you who are going to follow us today, don't forget that we give you all the commentaries from our radio here. So if you're stuck in traffic, you don't know where to go, just go to www.elementtv.com/radio and you get the commentaries exciting as possible and all the goal rush coming from every center where it's happening. Ajax takes on Rangers tonight, or this evening, because it's 5:45 Nigerian time. And at the same time, 5:45 Frankfurt will be taking on Sporting. That's 2 very, very same of the same kind of team, so it's going to be very, very tight. Napoli might not have Victor Osimhen. They might have him because we don't know. He's got a knock. It's a muscle knock. We don't know what's going to happen, but that is part of what football is all about. We can't deceive you and give you the false belief that this player is not available. We are not in full strength. And then 90 minutes when the time is there for kickoff, you see the player is available. Napoli sit at home at the Maradona Stadium in Naples to play against Liverpool. Whenever I talk about Napoli, I remember my former colleague at Brilla FM, Yinka Sports. Yinka Sports, first time that, I was the one that auditioned. First time that he got working with us, I remember. I said, Napoli plays in a city called Naples in Italy. And he said, Naples. Damn, it was crazy. But I mean, well, radio. Sometimes crazy things happen. I remember my first time of pronouncing the name Brett. You remember there's a French club called Brett, but it's spelled Brest, and I said breast. And it wasn't as easy as I'm saying it now. But I mean, back in there, I was a rookie. You make these mistakes and you grow over them. It's just what it is. There's nothing crazy about it. Your intentions are not negative. It's just that you're pronouncing it as well. But then as you grow in the game, you start knowing how to pronounce these names very well. Remember, almost everybody call it FC Baka. It's FC Basa. Almost everybody also call it Leicester. It's Leicester City. So it's not like, oh yeah, you make this mistake and then you're not good enough. It's just sometimes we see them and we pronounce what our eyes see, because that's the communication between the eye and the brain. But let's move on. Let's talk about other fixtures that are coming up today. Club Brugge play by 8 p.m. Nigerian time against Bayern Leverkusen. Bayern Leverkusen are all over the places, and I would not be surprised if Club Brugge beat them tonight. Okay, Inter Milan, not really good in the Champions League, but they don't know how to do well in the league. Now they are rising up at home, sitting at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium or the San Siro, the four-pillar San Siro Stadium. That's what I call it, the four-pillar San Siro Stadium. Old school stadium that's never going away. But I hear that they're trying to build a new stadium, and then they'll turn this one into real estate. Let's wait until that time happens. But right now, Inter Milan will be at home against Bayern Munich. I'm going to put all my money on FC Bayern to go to San Siro and win. Well, I wait for what Edin Dzeko and the rest will say, Lautaro Martinez and the rest, and Big Palm Tree Lukaku Ogbori, what he will say about my prediction. But I think the Bayern Munich are going to be too hot. They just might do, I hate to tell you this, but they just might do a hit to scoreline against them. Hey, come on, Inter Milan are not that week. They're not Barcelona. Come on. Well, that's a possibility anyway. Atletico de Madrid sit at home and play against FC Porto. If they play the way they've been playing in the league, I think FC Porto will win them. Barcelona! Give it up for FC Barcelona! Yep. They say they're more than the club, right? They're going to prove that tonight, because FC Barcelona plays against Victoria Pleasant. Now, the thing about this game is, I see the kind of result that will look like Man City's result at 4-0 or 6-0 or 5-0 kind of stuff. But let's just keep our fingers crossed to see. Tottenham Hotspur playing against Olympique de Marseille. If everything had gone according to plan, Cristiano Ronaldo would have been playing for Olympique de Marseille right now. But he's going to be playing in Macedonia and some funny places. Those places that Apostle Paul in the Bible used to travel to for his missionary journey. That's where Cristiano Ronaldo will go on excursion and go and see. He's doing internship on the UEFA Europa Cup. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. I've got like 2 more minutes to pack my bags and packages and leave the studio. Anyway, yeah, it's Tottenham Hotspur rising up against Olympique de Marseille. That's the fixtures. Now let me go to you guys and see what's your take on Chelsea. What's happening with Chelsea? How can they fix the problem? Do you guys think, from what you saw yesterday, do you think that Aubameyang is a good signing or a bad signing? Do you think that Raheem Sterling would regret leaving Manchester City to go to Chelsea? What do you think of Chelsea? That's just the one we'll talk about. Tomorrow we'll have a very long and extensive conversation for 1 hour, and I guess I might make up for the 30 minutes that I'm not giving you guys right now, or 35 minutes I'm not giving you guys right now. But talk to me in the brief time that we'll have. What do you guys make of Chelsea? And somebody is asking me, my early comment, oh, do you? Remember, I say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I'm really worried for Tuchel. Another defeat yesterday. Yes, and then he went for that and he said, what do you make of the Mbappe and Neymar situation? I want to say this to you. I put it to you that there is no situation. You see, the thing about social media is a great amplifier. It makes a very little thing, a little skimmish, a little scuffle here and there look like it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. Players are not meant to be friends. Listen, when Dennis Beckham played for Arsenal, for 10 years, he wasn't in talking terms with what's it called? The Arsenal goalkeeper at the time, the guy that has with David Seaman. And there was no problem. And the same players who don't talk to that team. I played in a team with like 4 people that we don't even see eye to eye. But on the field of play, we got a job to do. We're hustling. We got a job to do, get a job done, and get the fuck out of the stadium. That's just what it is. So it's not a big deal. But in social media world, in this metaverse that we all live in, where everybody thinks that they have opinion about other people and they read body language, sign language, and everything that they want to talk about, you see people like talking point. But the truth of the matter is, it was when people talk about, oh, he didn't give him this pass, he didn't give him that pass, he made that run and he didn't capture it. But the fact is, Neymar gave him the first assist and the goal that he scored. So let's focus on that and, focus less on what we assume as a problem. Because as it is right now, Neymar is going nowhere. He's going to be with Paris Saint-Germain to the World Cup, and after the World Cup, and Mbappe is also going nowhere. So let's have some fun. Let's enjoy. Sometimes I like conflict, okay? Conflict makes people do better. Okay, it's not everybody in a team that should be friends, hugging and kissing, loving. It's not Tinder. It's not a romance business. It's not the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. It is football. There's going to be ego clashing. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be I like you, I don't like you. I want to be a friend. I don't want to be a friend. All those kind of crap. But hey, it is what it is. French people and Brazilian people, the culture, the style, and way of life would always clash. But they've got a job to do the job and move on. Marvin Barry, it's been a while. Good morning, bro. Good morning to you. Love me. I say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. And he said, Chelsea, they see their period and there is no sanitary pad to cover it, so they need the hem of Jesus' garment. That's what I think. And let me I wanted to say Thomas Tuchel formation is looking outdated. Okay, outdated is OUTDATED. Okay, don't put me in a place where I need to bite my tongue to read it, especially when I'm in my fast mood. Tosin Demehin. Okay, I hope I pronounced that name very well. He said, good morning, Alibata. I am always happy to listen to your views and analysis of the game called soccer. Keep the good job going. Thank you very much. I appreciate. And then Landmeyer came in. He said, "My miracle Chelsea could take a bit full up." Well, it's possible, but they could also win. But considering their current away form, I doubt they're even going to get a draw in that game. And Landmeyer want to say, "Boss, do you agree that Haaland is a mix of Henry, Aroni, Shearer, Rooney?" That's too much. He's a different version of Aroni, not necessarily Henry. It doesn't move. It doesn't have the attitude of Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry is talent, attitude, work rate, and everything put together. I don't think he's that one. Aroni, Ronaldo de Lima is talent, no attitude, talent, brute force, speed, everything put together. It's the most complete striker after Marco Van Basten. He became the most complete striker in the world. But Haaland he's tall. That's why I say him. It's the Norwegian tall. It's the beast. It's the Viking. It's the beast. But I don't want to compare with all these guys. Peter Crouch. Yeah, come on. Who's Peter Crouch? Come on. Peter Crouch is Peter Crouch. Alan Shearer, I've got to show the brother respect. Over 200 goals. I've got to show the brother respect, but it's too route one, directish. Maybe Iron 9, yeah. Maybe Arona, yeah, a different version of Arona. A digital for my Super Falcons had a great game yesterday. Yes, Timothy Dembo. He said even if Tuchel gets sacked right now, which manager they won't sign? They could snatch Antonio Conte. It's about money. It's about money. They pay whatever they sign. Okay, it's my time to go. My arrest, my officer, my police, my warrant officer have showed up to arrest me. So they could sign anybody from anywhere, and it is 9:27. Just give me 30 minutes, please. But they could also sign Zinedine Zidane. He's not got a job. I don't know if you want to coach in England because Zidane would like to coach players that are skillful, players that are technically gifted. English league is about running non-stop. So it's going to be difficult, but I would like to see him come to the English league and try to usurp, Pep Guardiola, because Pep Guardiola is on the march to winning the title. Arteta is trainee, is just holding that position for him for now. Eventually, he will roll back and take the position. Okay. And additional for myself, Tuchel should be given some slacks. Okay, Tuchel has been playing more than one role since he has had distraction, and there is a lot of changes that has taken place since February. Chelsea will overcome this storm. Okay, sounding like some motivational speaker and also a later continua people. And then he went for that and say it is high time the new owners sort the backroom staff. They need to quickly get everything sorted so that the coach and his team can go back to doing their full work. Well, I agree with you. That does not excuse the tactical misnomer at the club. That does not, because that's his primary. You're sounding like Arsenal fans when they were trying to defend Arsene Wenger. Oh, yes, Wenger is a good coach. It's just that he's helping the club to make money. He's there trying to build the stadium. I see maybe the Karimu or Kamoru that is missing the brick, the cement, and the concrete to put the bricklayer that are putting the first together. But hey, it is what it is. People would always make excuse for people when they already love the place. Like when you're in love, hey, no, it's not his fault that he slapped me. He's just going through some things. He's going through some things and he will slap you. Okay. Oh, Cars _ 347 say good morning, sir. I enjoyed watching Chelsea lose. Jesus Christ, this is a freaking enemy of progress. But you're my friend, so I can't say anything negative to you right now. But you are evil. Okay. I don't know if I say good morning to you. Good morning to you as well. And I think that's all I have on Instagram. Let me see if I've got anything on WhatsApp before somebody accused me of ignoring them. Okay. And WhatsApp was this. Somebody sent me a message. Omolo Abi say good morning, Mr. Idafe. Esogene Matthew. J2, thank you very much for calling me my full government name. He said, what's the exact problem of Chelsea's team? What is missing in the team? Why do coaches find it difficult to excel after third year in Chelsea? It's not enough now that after second year the problem erupts. Is it the players or the coach and structure? I don't know what that is, if it's a third year syndrome, but I think that Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea didn't have the right player. There's no creativity in that team. And I'm still wondering why they sold that young player for 10 million. I've forgotten his name now. One player that they sold for 10 million. I think that it was one creative player that they have, even though he's very young, but hey, they should have kept him. And I think Messi is not rising up to the occasion as well. I also think that some of the players, if you look right now, you'll be saying to yourself, why did they sell Rudiger? What was the reason? Couldn't they have convinced him to stay? Couldn't they have begged him and tried to make him see reasons why he should stay? Just the same way I thought that Liverpool could have begged, what's it called now? Billy Gilmore. God bless you, Timothy Dembo. Is the name of the player that I was trying to remember. Well, my time is up. They're going to drag me out of the studio. Thank you very much, my guys and my friends and everybody out there. God bless you for being on the show today. Even though it's short, but I think that you enjoyed it. Me being faster than normal, riding like I'm Sonic. Sonic the Edge show. What about my children call him? I'm trying to be like Sonic. I'm trying to catch up with Sonic right now. But I gotta go. See you guys again tomorrow. God bless you. Have for yourself a wonderful day. My name is Idafi Matthew. Secondary, you love to come in the Liberty of Sports. It's been a wonderful time being on the Sports Buffet on the Liberty TV Radio today. Thank you across WhatsApp, One Radio, Instagram, and YouTube. Have for yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.